Yo, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Hollow Poet. We back at it. As you can see, we are one man down. The leader of the new school, King Hula, you can see is out. But it's your boy Hollow Poet, and the inmates are now running the asylum. As we got my boy White Mike back in the building. What's up, White Mike?
Oh man, just enjoying another evening at home.
Oh, good, good.
Yeah, we hope.
We hope good. More the better. More the better.
Yeah, good.
Oh,
Go about a doctor tomorrow and see what's up with my shoulders. So.
oh man, you on the injury list?
Oh yeah.
Oh no. Uh-oh.
So
Well, I hope you get better soon, man.
we hope it ain't too serious.
Okay.
Oh man.
Also on the mic, we got my boy Horace. What's up, man?
Man, what's up, big dog?
Good, man. Good to see you another week.
Yeah,
How was your week?
Bro, everything was good, man. I actually I had my first weekend off in 3 months.
Oh, okay.
In 3 months. But other than that though, I've been stupid busy, man.
Yeah.
I ain't had time to do no videos. I ain't had, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I haven't seen you on lately, man. I
Bro.
need the little turmoil.
I've been busy, bro. Like like I do them in the morning, and every like the past like 2 weeks, I've been every time I sit at the desk, like somebody calling. So I don't have the little time I used to make to do them. It got took from me, but I'm working on it though. They coming back real soon.
Okay. All right. Cool. Well, today's show, like I said, we're missing King Huli. He had some other obligations today, but anyway, the show rolls along. As always, if you want to find us, we're real easy to find. We're all over the socials. We got our own Facebook page. We have a Facebook group. We have our Instagram. We have our X, formerly known as Twitter. We also have our YouTube page. We also out where you can like our video. We have videos now. We don't see our pretty faces. Where you can like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good notifications and whatnot. And also we also have a TikTok. Check our little video clips out there as well. You can send us each a message. You can send one of us a message. You can send the group a message. We usually get back to you within 24. Tell us how much we are great, how much you love the show, or how much you think it's terrible. Show maybe some show input. We take it all in stride. And also, if you want to check out the podcast for right now, check us out on anywhere you listen to your podcast. We're available. So Spotify, Google, Apple. It's all good. We're anywhere you listen to your podcast, you can search for Truth Be Told Sports Podcast. So check us. Don't forget to check us out there. And this is usually where I throw it back to Huli, but since he's not here, we're gonna go on with the show. And so today's show, we're going to talk about the NBA playoffs because last night was game 82 for the season, so the regular season is a wrap. So we're going to talk about a little play-in. The play-in is coming up starting tomorrow, Tuesday, and all the seeds are locked in now. We're also going to give us some playoff predictions. And we're going to see what we think about who and where is going to be what. You know how we do it. So, your boys ready to start it up?
Let's go.
All right, let's get it. So, first of all, we're going to talk about the NBA play-in and first round predictions. So, right now we got Tuesday right out of the gate. We got the West. We got the NBA. We got the LA Lakers versus the New Orleans Pelicans right out of the gate, 7:00. What do you guys think? How do you think it's going to go?
I'm gonna go with the Lakers. The Lakers, they're veterans. They're at home. They got one of the greatest to ever do it. Actually playing pretty well right now. Not so much on the defensive end, but Zion's been playing really, really well. But like I said, the Lakers are a veteran team, and I'm gonna roll with them.
Yeah, I have to agree. I'm taking the Lakers on this one. I like the veteran. I like LeBron playoff LeBron. I know what his record is, but he elevates his game. He's going to play, especially in in what could potentially be his last playoffs. I mean, who knows? He's been around a long time in the league, 21 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I think he's going to elevate it. I think he's going to have something for Zion. D'Angelo Russell is playing out of his mind all of a sudden.
Oh yeah. Well, what's so funny about the D'Angelo Russell is like, if you look at his game, like if you look at him play, it drives you crazy, especially if you're a fan, and because all of his shots come in awkward time. He's either a trail three, it's usually unorthodox shot, or just random put up where it should
early
go.
in the shot clock.
Early in the shot clock is everywhere you shouldn't shoot a shot.
Yeah.
He shoots it, and sometimes it goes in. So, like, I think this year he led the league in, I want to say, field 3-point percentage. And like he is one thing he has done is stepped up as the Lakers' third option for scoring, and I think that helped them toward get to the finish line. And no matter which they did, they finished very well. And people want to give them crap for how they finished. You know, I'm a Lakers fan, so I'm gonna ride for mine. But they actually finished. I mean, if you look at their record, they are 5 games better than they were last year. So it's just the West is that much more competitive than everywhere else. So
I saw a thing last year. It said 48 wins last year put you in like middle of the playoffs bracket.
Right. You're like 5 seed.
Yeah, 48 wins this year. Barely gets
you're
you
the
playing
game. you might be out.
Yeah, they say it's NBA history for the first time in NBA history. One side of the conference had 10 teams that had at least 5+ games over 500.
Right. So that's just.
Teams.
I mean, that just shows you. It shows you a couple things. It shows you that the West was no joke. Like even the Houston team, which finished 500, was formidable, and then San Antonio toward the end came just start busting people up once they started playing basketball together. So
once they meshed, that team got really good.
They started believing in Wemby. They didn't believe.
Yeah, they started passing them the ball.
They started giving them the ball more. They started believing he could play. You know, that sort of thing started happening. I think it's going. In terms of the Lakers and Pelicans, look, man. As much as y'all know where I'm riding, it's Lakers all day. They got the Pelicans number in a format like this where it's like lose or go home. I just don't think. I think the Lakers' experience and the lack of experience in this situation for the Pelicans is what kind of dooms them. They're dependent on Zion, and the Lakers have proven in 2 separate occasions in elimination games to shut Zion down when need to be shut down.
Yeah.
They press him up front. They kind of get him frazzled and get him out of his game. And next thing you know, they're down 20 or down 40. So, you know what I mean? And I think it's going to be more of the same here. They play tight on their defensive side. Pelicans they have to start early to be successful. They're not really good at the comeback route. And I think having an injured Brandon Ingram who has like limited minutes is going to hurt him. If he was healthy, I think it'd be a different outcome, but because he's such a beast. But I think him being limited in terms of how many minutes he could play and still being a little bit injured, I think it hurts them. So I go Lakers in this one. So then that leads us into our second matchup, which will be the Golden State Warriors versus Sacramento Kings. Mike, who you got?
Man, I really like the youth of Sacramento. They're a fun team to watch, a young team that's really meshing and getting better each year together. But I think the same goes for them that New Orleans does. The youth and the lack of experience is going to haunt them. I think Golden State pulls this out. I think it's going to be the better matchup of the two. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be a fun game. The youth's going to push the ball. They're going to give the Warriors all they can handle, but I think the experience of the Warriors is going to come out on top.
Okay. Horace?
this one I struggle with because I believe Steve Kerr. I don't think he's just gonna say, that the team's gonna do something special and they're gonna come together. I think he's been around long enough and he's talked long enough to, for him to say something like that, we gotta trust it. I don't think he's just blowing smoke, but still, I'm gonna go with the Warriors. And the only reason I'm going with the Warriors is because Malik Monk's hurt. He's been playing really well this year, but he's not playing in the game. That's a major loss. But I do see it a close game. I think Curry puts them away.
Okay. I think you gotta have you have a Curry on your team. I think the problem with the Kings is they have a great talent on their team as far as like roster wise. They have a good team, but I don't think they have they still don't have a guy. Fox is really good. But I don't think he's the guy yet. So in those instances, the reason why the Warriors are still hanging on and are even a little bit relevant is because they still have a guy. Yeah. And Curry is a guy. He a dude. What they say, like a dude, right? So yeah. He's a dude. And what that means is when I say that is like we can give him. He's a game changer. He's a guy that you give the ball to, and he can carry you on his back for games at a time. When your guy is struggling, when your guys are struggling, and he can actually gallivant them to play better. He's resurrected Klay Thompson, and he has Draymond Green playing as a teammate again. So I think that experience and being, they're one of the great dynasties of our time, in my opinion. I think that part is going to get them a win over the Kings.
But I do want to add this. I think I'm predicting Fox goes crazy.
Oh, for sure. Now don't get me wrong. Like I said, it's those 1 and 2 moments, like in the fourth, where you Curry getting the ball, and ain't nothing you can do about it because he's finna score. It's like, what can you do? Do you have a guy that can come in that moment after when Curry does and match his energy? And I don't know if they got it for that. So
no, Fox gonna get his, but he's not gonna be able to hang with Curry.
That's what I'm saying. But I think Curry is he's not necessarily gonna be the X factor. I think I still think that who's my guy? 22 for the Warriors.
Wiggins
is gonna be the X factor of that game. I think if Wiggins plays well, Warriors win easily. I think Draymond is gonna kind of neutralize what Sabonis does, and not necessarily stop him per se, but he's gonna get under his skin. He's gonna defend him hard up close to where he can't necessarily be the creator that he normally likes to be. I think Draymond has now figured out how to be more active on the boards. I think his rebounding has increased by a lot, so that's something to be said. And he's actually distributing the ball and not worrying about scoring, and he's actually scoring some on accident. You know what I mean? So I think getting Wiggins involved is going to be the key.
Is this the Warriors? Is this the Warriors' last hurrah?
Absolutely. Yeah, they're not making it no further than this. I'll be honest with you. Well, I mean,
I'm talking about Thompson and all of them together, like Draymond Green and Curry.
Yeah,
absolutely. They're not re-signing. Klay would literally have to go in there and be like, "Look, I'll take whatever you give me." And then Draymond, same thing.
And at this point, that's what Klay's going to do pretty much anywhere.
Well, I'm just saying they're going to be a team that's going to pay him. I think they said somebody said Orlando, and they'll throw somebody gonna throw some money at him, man. Believe me, it's always a team that's like, oh, I can fix him, I got him, and they'll give him some Skrilla. Trust me.
That Dallas would be a good fit.
Either way, yeah. I've heard Dallas. I heard Orlando. I heard Dallas. But
man, I'm a Klay Thompson fan, but I'm not paying him that much money to hold the chair down.
But there's always a team that will. Trust me. There's a lot of teams that don't win, and that want to win. And if anything, he provides a veteran presence that's won a championship, and he can get your team in a mindset to make a difference. So it's just I don't know.
Man,
His value is there. I just don't think
take a pay cut and go to Phoenix and help.
He's already said he wants to be a Warrior, but what does that mean in terms of money? Because they already offered him 2 year, $48 million deal that he turned down for whatever reason.
What?
And yeah, he turned that money down. So,
man, he was being a good teammate and trying to get the money spread out.
That was a lot. That's
that's
a pay cut.
Generous. I know the NBA is a little, frugal, but that's generous.
That's what I'm saying.
That's generous. That's a generous offer.
I agree. That's hey, we respect what you've done for us offer. And he was like, nah, I'm worth more than that. I'm like, no, you should have took that. You should have took that offer. But like as far as Draymond, I think he's done. I don't see them re-signing Draymond.
Nah, I think there's too much drama.
The juice ain't worth the squeeze no more. I'll be honest with you.
He'd be on the bench.
If we were still winning 73 games, maybe, but
only way they resign him is as a coach, as a get back coach or something. They could give him that Udonis Haslam role.
I ain't doing that.
Now I got a coach suspended for fighting.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. That's all I'm saying. Like, I just don't see him as being worth anything in terms of value to my team. If I'm the Warriors, and especially the young guys, the young crop that got that's actually the Kuminga, the other younger guys they got coming up after on that team. They don't need a guy like Draymond in there. I mean, he has good leadership qualities. It's just his temperament ain't. It brings the team down.
He's a great example.
There's only 2 teams he could play for. There's only 2 teams left. There's 2 teams. The Clippers or the Suns. That's it. That's it.
KD ain't trying to see Draymond no more. that ain't happening.
You got the Lakers.
Hell no. It might be the Lakers because of LeBron, but
LeBron James.
But the thing about it is LeBron's like juice, for lack of a better term, that's empty in terms of his suggestions for roster. They're like, well, you're gonna be gone in 2 years. I'm not your value, you know what I mean? They don't care what LeBron has to say no more. So, all right, moving on to the east side. You got the 7-8 seed, you got the Sixers and the Heat. Now, this is going to be a spicy little matchup right here. Now, I will say, I think this is going to be the 7th and 8th when the dust clears, because I don't see Atlanta or Chicago beating either Miami or the 76ers. So I'll start with that. That being said, I think the Sixers with Embiid is gonna beat the Heat in this game. I think one game to win in Philly. Embiid healthy, Maxey playing out of his mind. The role players for Philly doing what they do. I like Philly. Horace, what do you think?
Same. The Sixers aren't a real 7. They're not a real 7. They basically laid down some games, for a big period because Embiid was hurt. Embiid was hurt. So if you look at their record with Embiid, the percentage is way, way higher.
Yeah,
so
they're easily a 3 seed or easy, 2 or 3 seed. Yeah.
The Heat are what they are. The Heat are a true 8 seed. They are a true 8 seed. But I'm not sleeping on them. I know they got that Pat Riley spirit, Jimmy Bucket, playoff Jimmy, all that good stuff like that. But I've been very, very unimpressed with the Heat this year. I think if you were a team, if you were any team worth for anything other than you have the Sixers situation where your best player, arguably the best player in the NBA is hurt. If you other than something like that going on, if you 6th, 5th below in the East as a team, you're not a very good team.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
The East is not good. The West piled up win after win after win against the Eastern teams. The Eastern teams aren't good. If you're at the bottom, you're just not a good team. I respect Jimmy Buckets, but I'm not I'm not picking them to win this game. Now I would pick. So that is the 8-7 game. So if they lose, they still get another chance to get.
Yeah, they do. So that's so just real quick. Just for the viewers and the listeners who aren't real savvy on how the play-in tournament works. So it's the 7th versus the 8th seeds, right? And then the 9 versus the 10th seed. So the 9 versus the 10th seed game, whoever wins that plays the loser of the 7th versus 8th. Whoever wins the 7th versus 8th game is the 7th seed. The loser of that game plays the winner of the 9th and 10th for the 8th seed. All right. So it's like if you're in the 7th and 8th game, you get 2 chances to win to get in the playoffs. If you're in the 9th, 10th game, you have to win twice to get in the 8th seed, if that makes sense. So like for instance, the Warriors have to beat both the Kings and the loser of the Pelicans Lakers game to get to the 8th seed.
Because they lost to the Blazers.
Because they lost to the Blazers. How about that, right? I'm sitting there, and true story, real quick, and because they was talking about, oh, well, the Lakers are in the 10th seed now because of this, that, and the other, and I'm like, that's messed up. And I turned around, and I saw that victory, and we right back in the 8th seed. I was like, let's go.
Stupid. But
thank you, Trailblazers.
But I do think the Heat still get in the playoffs because I think they're gonna wash the Bulls or the Hawks.
Man, you know what's so funny, man? The Hawks always seem to find their way sniffing around the play-in tournament, but their team is so bad during the year, and then they get like a stretch where they win like 9 out of 10 just to say that they was around. Same thing with the Bulls, right? And they can always say if and then and what if because they got injuries like Zach LaVine was hurt and all that, and then it's like what woulda coulda shoulda kind of thing. But they're bad like you said in the East. If you're a 9th to 10th seed, you're not good. You're not a good team. You're not a good team. And like the premise on I don't remember the premise of them starting this whole playing thing, but I know it's for money. I think money purposes is why it's still going on.
That's exactly what it was. But you remember Bron them hated it. You remember Bron hated it.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But it provides an extra game or two for visual. And I think this time of year is what I love about NBA is because it's the most competitive games that you're gonna see. Everybody cares about every possession. Everybody cares about every ball that's dropped. Everybody cares about it. So I kind of like that part of it. Now let's get into the actual playoff predictions. So we said so now we got the Sixers, and the Heat at the 7 and 8 spot, and I think we both got the Lakers. Who y'all think is going to win to get the 8th seed for the West?
The Lakers. Oh, the 8th seed?
Yeah. No, Lakers going to be 7.
You said Lakers 7.
I like Golden State to the 8th seed.
You got Golden State to beat the Pelicans?
Me too.
Yeah.
Okay. Me too. All right. So as it stands, that means.
Oh, you know what? Never mind. I'm going with the Pelicans.
Going the Pelicans over the Warriors.
I'm going with the Pelicans or the Lakers.
Okay.
The Pelicans or the Lakers.
So NBA playoff predictions. So what that means is the 1 seed, which is OKC, and the 8th seed, which is going to be the Pelicans.
Yeah.
So and then you got the Denver Nuggets and the Lakers, right? So then let's just start there. Do you see the 8th seed Pelicans upsetting the OKC Thunder?
No.
Yeah.
Well,
give me a prediction. Give me what you think is going to happen. Nuggets. I think Thunder in how many games?
I think the Thunder in 6.
Thunder in 6. Okay.
Thunder in 6.
Okay.
I like that, but I'm gonna go Thunder in 5.
Thunder in 5. Okay. Give me Pelicans in 7. Give me Pelicans in 7. I like them. I like how they're made up. The Lakers for them is a bad matchup. They just I don't know why. They just are. But they play well. They got everything you can need in a team, and they just I don't know against the Lakers. It's kind of like they fold. So I like them, and but I mean, don't get me wrong. I like OKC and what they got. They young, they spry, they all over the place. SGA is a monster, and Giddy and Chet Holmgren. They got some really good pieces out there, and everybody do their part. Jalen Williams is a beast, and so I like OKC, but I think it's going to be an 8-1 upset. So I'm gonna call Pelicans at 7. I could be wrong, but
I like it.
Oh, like 2 versus 7. We got Lakers and Nuggets. Go ahead.
Nuggets and 5.
Damn. I can't even argue with you on that. I want to. Mike.
No, give me the Nuggets in 7.
Ooh.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it. I'm gonna say Nuggets in 6.
That's the logic and the truth. I mean,
I gotta say Nuggets in 6 because I want to ride for my team because they're playing really well, but certain teams have your number, and just like the Lakers have the Pelicans number, Denver has the Lakers number. Man, it don't matter what they do, they always hang on. Next, they lose by 10. So,
and you know who it depend on, and why I don't believe in the Lakers at all against a gritty team. I think if it was more I would probably pick the Lakers just about against anybody else in the West. It's Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis, he doesn't show up against Denver, and you're gonna have to have Anthony Davis. You just can't let Jokic just go crazy, because he will on the low. You look up at the scoreboard, he got 40 points, 15 rebounds, 7 assists. You like, man, he did all that.
See, I don't necessarily agree. You gotta let him. He's gonna get his, and you kind of let him get his, and you focus on shutting down the team around him, because he's not gonna beat you by himself.
Yeah.
No.
You got to worry about the team around him, because he's gonna get his. No matter what you do to him, he's gonna get his. You focus on slowing and stopping. You slow him and stop everyone else.
I think from a schematic standpoint, like you said, they have trouble doing both, because they try to do both and neither of them worked. And I think what happens with Davis is he's trying to bite at both ends of the apple, and he kind of almost loses himself. What I think he's done better at now than previous is he's working hard around the rim, getting rebounds, putbacks. Of course, he gets alleys because they don't get up like you do. The only problem with them is they got a guy like Gordon that is also a above the rim guy and gets rebounds and is physical. And I think when Davis has to bump up with him and play Jokic, it's hard to be good on both sides. So it's just like you almost kind of he gets worn down from playing both of them.
I watched the Spurs play Denver the other night. Wemby had six blocks just on Luka alone, and he still scored like 45 points, bro. He's a machine.
You can't stop Luka. I want to get hold up on that. I want to get right. I'm gonna get into that in a second, because that's before we get into that one. I wanted to talk about the Minnesota Suns matchup, because we agree Nuggets going to beat the Lakers, but the Minnesota Phoenix Suns matchup, you have Anthony Edwards, Karl Anthony Towns, Rudy Gobert and those boys versus the supposed big three of the Phoenix Suns, the Booker, KD, and Bradley Beal. What do you guys think is going to happen in that one? Horace, what do you think?
Minnesota in 6.
Minnesota in 6. I like it.
I don't believe. I don't believe in what the Suns have built. It's not sustainable. That is not a team built for a playoff run. That's a team built for a NCAA tournament run. Like not to go up against a team with 7, a 7-game series type of team.
Okay.
And if you look at Kevin Durant hasn't made it past the second round without Stephen Curry since he was with James Harden and Westbrook. I'm sorry, I love KD. He's an all-time great. I ain't taking no shots. I'm just we're asking predictions, and I'm just putting facts out there. KD, as much as I love him as a player, he just when the playoffs come, he cannot lead his team where it needs to be. Now, Booker averages over 27. He averages over 27. I think they should be able to get it done, but I'm not going to predict them to do it until I see it. I love what the Minnesota Wolves have been doing. The Timberwolves have been doing. Ant-Man is the future of the NBA. I think it's his time. I think he's going to show out in front of the world.
Mike?
Man, I really want to be the odd man out and say Suns in 7, but I'm going Wolves in 6 also. I don't get this KD hype. I mean, he can shoot. He's a good scorer, but he's kind of lazy in everything else. I mean, granted, he's been in the league a while and he's getting a little older, but he's not the man that I'm putting my team's trust on. Yeah, but you want to talk about him with Golden State. He didn't have to do nothing. Steph could feed him the ball. Draymond played defense back then. Clay played defense back then. All they had to do was feed KD the ball. So now, and all he added to that team was a third scorer that you had to look out for. So if KD wasn't shooting, the ball go to Steph or Clay. And so I'm not on the KD hype of how great he actually is. But as I said, I agree. I don't think this team's built for a deep playoff run. As much as I like Bradley Beal and Booker, I can't see it. They're not going to last. And the future, which is this rather young and talented Timberwolves team, besides Gobert, they're gonna push them and they're gonna show them that, hey, you're fading out.
All right, and how many games?
6. Timberwolves 6.
Timberwolves 6. All right, I like Timberwolves in 7. I agree with partly what you said. KD's still a dude. He's just not that dude. You know what I mean? Like Booker wants to be that dude, but Booker doesn't. In big moments, Booker kind of flails and I don't know how to describe it, but he kind of overdoes it a little bit and tries too hard almost. I've never seen him come up with a moment to where you'd be like, man, if it wasn't for Booker, they would lose that game. Like, he can put up points in bunches. Like, he has 3 of the top 10 most points scored this season. He can drop a 50 burger on you before you know it. I think he's always good for 1 or 2 games in terms of victory. But in terms of the whole series, I don't think they have the rebounding and defense it's going to take to overcome what the Timberwolves can bring. Like, they got those 2 tall. Cat is coming back off an injury, but that boy, Naz Reid, is a G. And there's too much length, too much strength. They still Edwards, like you said, Edwards is the next coming man. I mean, he's going to show off. I think he's going to show off in this first round. So give me Timberwolves in 7. It's going to be a competitive matchup, but overall, I just think that the Timberwolves are going to come out on top.
You need depth.
You definitely need depth, and I think the Timberwolves has it in bunches. So
5-on-5, first 1 to 15. Hey.
Right. Exactly. And that leads us to the Mavericks versus the Clippers, the 4 versus 5 matchup. Mike, who you got?
Man, this is easy. Give me the Mavs. Mavs in 5.
Yep.
Mavs at 5, huh? Just like that, easy peasy.
Yeah, playoff P ain't gonna show up.
Okay.
Harden's gonna break like he does in the playoffs.
Injured.
And Kawhi can't stop everybody else.
Injured.
Yeah.
Injured.
Let's just hope playoff P don't turn into pandemic P, because it's like that's he get So you say Mavericks in 5, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I just spoke for everybody.
Yeah. 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 I'm not gonna lie, man. Like him and Harden, or I'm sorry, Luka and Kyrie have become the two most dynamic teammates in the league. And
Yeah,
they
I didn't
now
think that was going to fit, but that's
I
a
didn't
fun.
know it. I
That's
didn't
a fun
either.
team.
It doesn't supposed to fit. Basketball says that doesn't fit.
Jason Kidd, man, give him his props.
I give Jason Kidd all the props in the world on that because not only it's like it felt like it's a compromise because when they made that trade, they got all them athletes now. Now they got length and they can get rebounds. They play better on defense, and that's
they having fun.
They having fun. They loose. Mm-hmm. They don't have, and and Luka always gonna be loose. You know, and you can't stop him as much as you want to think you can and say he's not this, he's not that. You can't stop him.
Listen,
so
I'm gonna tell you my biggest flaw on Luka. Honestly, the biggest thing I hate about Luka is his freaking number. That 77 drives me freaking insane.
I know what you mean.
I just don't. I don't see the Clippers having an answer for them. As much as I want to believe they do and they should and all that stuff, and I like Tyronn Lue as a coach. Harden gonna be Harden in the playoffs. It's just normally waits till the second round. But I don't see him. I don't see them. I'm not gonna say 5. I'm not gonna disrespect them and say 5. I'm gonna say Mavericks in 6. Mavericks in 6.
Okay.
I was being generous with 5.
I know you were, Judge. I'm not gonna disrespect them like that. I'm gonna say Mavericks in 6.
Harden's gonna try too hard because he's trying to get to round 2.
I'm gonna give the Clippers 1 game. I wanted to give them 2 games, but Kawhi might not play. They said his knee is swollen. That's what Chris Broussard said today. He called one of his sources, and they said Kawhi knee swollen. I know this is breaking, shocking news. Kawhi
shocks
in
no
the playoffs. But without him being healthy, they don't. It's over with. He'll talk about we're gonna have to see James Harden and pandemic P times 3 for them to even. The Mavericks are hot, bro. The Mavericks are having fun. I'm sorry. I like Tyronn Lue, but that team is not. No. I'm sorry. I want to be wrong because I would love to see the Clippers move on. I think it'd be good drama, good TV. But if I had the gambler in me though, nope, wouldn't touch that with a.
Yeah, exactly. All right. So we all agree it's gonna be the Mavericks over the Clippers. The matter is win, I guess. So on to the East. I feel like the East is not much to do about nothing, but we're gonna go through it anyway because some people like the East for whatever reason. So we'll start off with the top. Celtics versus the Heat. We're just assuming that the Heat are going to be in the 8th seed. Now, we could be wrong based off the play-in results, but I don't think we are. But if we are, we'll rehash it next week when the actual playoffs actually start. Because this week, is the playoffs, there's the play-in. So that'll be Tuesday and Wednesday. And then I think the first round starts on Saturday, I think they play again. But we're going to assume, based off our predictions, we got Celtics versus Heat, and you got the Knicks versus the 76ers. So let's start off there. Who you got? Celtics versus Heat. How many games?
Celtics 6, only because I like what the Heat do in the playoffs.
Their toughness.
Yeah, I mean they come to play in the playoffs, but I'm not with my team. Celtics in 6. And they're not going to be close wins.
Okay. Horace.
Season 5. Season 5.
Yeah.
I don't. Like I said, man, I don't think the Heat are very good this year. I don't. They might be able to conjure up some magic, but I just don't see them as being any kind of threat. The Celtics might play with their food a little bit, but if they smart, they'll put them away because that's the Heat. You give them hope. You give them hope you want to. They're gonna become a real problem. But I'm thinking the Celtics are growing up. The young kids are growing up in front of our eyes, and they gonna take care of business like a big boy should.
Statement series here. Celtics sweep.
See, I really like that. I can see that too. I just like I said, as much
I think
as
they make it.
I think the Heat.
Talent wise, they shouldn't be on the same court together.
Nope.
You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's paramount that the Celtics come out and blow them away, and just to set a precedent on how the rest of this East is going to go. Like, look, none of y'all really have a chance. We just here to get me to the NBA Finals. I think that's how it should go. They got too many skilled players on both sides of the ball. Miami just putting some stuff together with, Band-Aids and 550 cord. So I just don't see it. I don't see it happening. I think Jimmy is too erratic for me to even give them a game. Like, he might give them a 40 piece, but when you got Jaylen Brown and Tatum, and then you got Casey, was it KCP? Big tall dude, what's his name? Porzingis. That's what I say, KCP. My bad. I'm thinking Caldwell Pope. But yeah, we got Porzingis, and then you got Horford coming off the bench, giving them solid minutes. Plus, they got a lot. So, and they playing together. That's the best part. So give me the C's in 4. All right, go ahead. We're moving on to the 2 versus the 7, which is going to be the Knicks. It's weird to say that. Versus the Sixers. Who you got?
Go ahead, Horse. You take this one.
Give me the Sixers and 7. Give me the Sixers and 7.
Sixers and 7. Okay.
I think I would love for New York to win, but I'm gonna always go with the team who has a great big playing against a team who doesn't have a great big. I think New York plays their scrappy, hard-nosed, tough team, but I think it's gonna be close. But I think Embiid's gonna, his skill level and great player as he is, and he's played really good in the playoffs. I just think he's going to lead the Sixers over the Knicks.
See, I like the Knicks in 7. I can't believe I'm going to say this about the Knicks, but they are that scrappy, blue-collar, work for my win team. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, they will fight you to the last second. And I like it. I think they pull it out in 7. I do agree, though. I think the big man thing's going to be an issue, but
mm-hmm.
But I like the Knicks in 7 just because, like I said, you'd think you'd say that about Philadelphia, but it's the Knicks. This one, they're just scrappy.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Philly in 6 with a caveat is if Philly does not win in 6, the Knicks will win it in Madison Square Garden. That's what I'm going to say. I pick Philly in 6. If they don't, they're not winning in Madison Square in 7, Game 7. I just don't see it.
Could you see a Game 7 in Madison Square?
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, that'll be great.
That's
great
what I'm
TV.
saying. For NBA want that real bad.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I don't see Philly and the reason why I say Philly in 6 at Philly is because I think, like we said, the big man issue situation. Embiid, they don't have anybody to stop Embiid. No one does. And he makes the game so much easier for his teammates that it becomes guys like Oubre, guys like Harris. They get way more wide open shots than they normally would get when he's not on the floor, because he creates a lot of space because of double teams, and because when they do the dribble handoff, he can spread the floor out with the outside jumper, and he gives them room to drive to the hole. So him and Maxey play a good 2-man game themselves, that pick and pop, all day. So I think they have the tools to beat them, but they can also flop. They have. So it's just like you said, New York's hard. You're not just gonna go up and beat them and punk them because they're tough-minded teams. But like I said, I got Philly in 6, but if Philly don't win in 6, it's gonna be the Knicks in 7. Okay, so that gives us 2 numbers. The 3 seed, versus the 6th seed. So that gives me the Milwaukee Bucks. And the 6th seed, is that the Orlando Magic?
No.
Hold on.
You got
Indiana. Sorry. Milwaukee Bucks and the Pacers. Oof. Bucks don't like this matchup. I know that right now. I don't. So what do you think, Mike?
Man. I'm taking the young team. I'm taking the Pacers in 7.
Okay.
I think it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be a lot of scoring, not a lot of defense. I like the Pacers in 7.
Oh, nice. Or
I like the Pacers in 6. I think the Bucks are a disaster of a team. I don't think they like their coach. Arguably the best player in the NBA is hurt. He's probably not going to play. If he doesn't play, I don't give him any chance. The Pacers have up-and-coming guard playing lights out. I think he's going to carry him over. Simple as that.
So here's what I want to come back with you with is like that's like the low-hanging fruit, right? To blame the coach who came mid-season after they already jettisoned the coach for being whatever.
For winning?
He was 30-13 when they fired him, right?
Yeah.
Like coaches didn't want to.
Hey, I don't blame the coach though. I said they don't like the coach. I ain't blaming them.
Right. Well, that's the thing though. People that say they don't like the coach are blaming the coach, and they're acting like it's Doc Rivers' fault. The reason why they're playing, because every time they win or lose a little bit in a row, they put Doc Rivers' record as the since taking over, and it's like, man, that's not unfair. That is so unfair because those players got to play ball, and Doc Rivers is anything but. He's up front. He tells you how it is, and you either like it or you don't. You know, it's like, well, how are they? Well, they're a little unprofessional on the road. Okay, like whether you like the way he said it, well, that's neither here nor there. But if you're not professional, if you're not doing the things you're supposed to do the right way, and you don't get the win, what you think? How do you think it was going to go? You know, but this little things like that is what builds you, and that's why you said, like you said, to your point, they don't have a good foundation, and so like you're going to witness them crumbling right now because Indiana gets after it on offense, man. They up and down. Yeah. You know, balls in, balls out, balls gone. We gone.
And I tell you this, and I'm gonna ask y'all this. We ain't gonna blame it on the coach. We ain't gonna say it's the coach's fault. All right, we're gonna do that. But let's just say, hypothetically speaking, that this game comes down to a game 7. Who are you taking? Who are you taking? If it was a game 7 and Doc Rivers is on the other side of that.
You're not taking Doc Rivers.
You're not taking Doc Rivers. I'm sorry. He's a championship coach and he deserves respect, but that he fell off. We all have our day. Father Time is undefeated. And I think he should have stayed in the booth.
I do too. But you know, that money be that money. When they throw it at you, you got to catch it. You know, so it's just like
y'all what? Y'all what? I get Greek to freak. Yeah, I'll come back. I'll come out back.
Yeah.
You want me to write how many zeros on this check?
Yeah, straight up. You done. Hey, you called me. I'm like, yeah, I'm in. I wasn't gonna do nothing but talk about sports, but I'll come here, coach. That's cool. You know what I mean? Like I'm like this, right? I think Milwaukee wins the series. I think Milwaukee wins in 6. I think Milwaukee wins in 6. But that's predicated on Giannis being healthy, right? Not healthy. I'm sorry, available, because I know he's not healthy. That's him being available. If he's not available, Indiana takes it in 6. So that's they're just up and down. They're too frenetic. They're too fast.
I'm just saying neither one of us have given any stipulations to our picks, and 2 in a row you keep dropping some stipulations.
No, there's no stipulations. My pick is my pick. I'm saying my pick is what it is. Like I'm gonna pick Milwaukee in 6. That's it. I'm staying with it, but I'm saying that's predicated on the reason why I'm picking that is because I'm picking it with the premise that
Giannis is playing.
If Giannis ain't playing, it's just not going to be close.
Got it.
Lillard is not that guy. Lillard needs a guy next to him. That's why he left Portland, because he's not that guy. As much as they want to make him that guy, he's not that guy. The only reason why he doesn't play defense, they don't give it up on defense. So I will say that. So I'll say Milwaukee in 6, and leave it there. So next, that leaves us with the 4-5 matchup, which is the Cleveland Cavaliers and the Orlando Magic.
Matt, who thought you'd be saying that?
Yeah, neither did I. I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. Who would have thought that? Paolo Banchero and Frank Wagner. Wagner.
I'm gonna give you mine real quick. If you live in Cleveland, you're probably saying y'all winning in 4. If you live in Orlando, you're probably saying y'all winning in 4. So I'm gonna let y'all fight it out. Because I got no clue on this one.
It's gonna go 7 because neither team plays consistently.
Yeah. If I had to pick, I'm taking the Cavs.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Orlando.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Orlando in 7. I'm going with the Young Gunners because doing a little research from the show. Because I'm gonna be real. Only reason why I know this, the front court for Orlando is actually plays pretty good defense.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll with them to be able to like hold Donovan down a little bit because we know he gonna go off. He gonna have his game. Garland, they're gonna do okay. But I'm gonna go with Banchero. I think I like him. I like his future. I like that team. I think they're very young, but very, very experienced, very explosive. And the Cavs, they haven't been there before. Now, true enough, they do have Allen in the post. But I'm ride with the young gunners. Give me the young guys.
Okay. Give me Cleveland in 7. Cleveland in 7. Just for I love the twin towers of Allen and Mobley. I'm always gonna be in the big man. I love the big man, holding it down underneath. So give me Cleveland in 7, even with their unpredictability and just inconsistent play. They still have a good roster. They could have been the number 2 seed, but they dropped the ball, and I think that has a lot to do with I want to say maturity. I want to say inexperience in the moment and just understanding the importance of each game. And I don't think they put a lot of stock into what it means to be a 2 seed versus a 4 seed. I guess maybe they played the matchup game and they thought Orlando was a better matchup for them. So if that is the case, I don't think it's going to turn out the way they think it is. So I think they're in for a good match. I think this may be the series of the playoffs, right? Of the first round.
Oh yeah.
Because it'll be something to watch. People ain't gonna give it. The press ain't gonna give it what they need to. The media, I should say, they're gonna put it on NBA TV. They're gonna make it. You ain't gonna be able to see it, but I think it's gonna be good.
A lot of young talent.
A lot of young talent. A lot of people that you don't see every day.
Yep.
So I think it's gonna be real nice to see once we get it going. I believe they're gonna be all right. I like what they're doing.
47 and 35.
Real quick before we get to the honorable mentions, man. The USA just dropped their roster for the Olympics this year because we know this year's Olympic season. I'm gonna read the list off. I know you guys probably know it, but just for the listeners, I'm gonna read it off. The roster includes Steph Curry, LeBron James, Kevin Durant, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid, Devin Booker, Tyrese Halliburton, Anthony Edwards, Drew Holiday, Bam Adebayo, and Anthony Davis. Team may initially keep one open spot. What do y'all think about that roster? And just like,
I just hey, listen to this. Listen to this. The centers names. Adebayo
and Embiid. He didn't say Jackson. He didn't say he didn't say Jones. No.
Hey, The USA they playing by the rules. I don't know if y'all ever watch soccer, international soccer, but they the same. Like
right,
none
they
of the
jump
players
whatever
even,
makes it.
yeah,
Cash
they
was
don't even
everything
live in the
around me,
country.
man.
Yeah, they don't even live in the country. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, you was here for a day? Cool.
So my question about this is I mean, I like Drew Holiday, but
Yeah.
why is he on that team above Jaylen Brown?
defense.
Way better defense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he plays for the season. I'm perfectly.
Also,
I like
he's
him.
shown it. He's shown it on an Olympic level, on an international level as well.
Jaylen Brown, I don't think he's a good. He wouldn't be a good. I don't think he's like, you need to be a shooter. You could be a slasher, I guess, but they going for shooters. You can tell they going for shooters. Like
he's an in-betweener. He's a good player, but
great.
I think Drew
great.
Holiday they strictly got for defending.
Mm-hmm.
And he's shown on an international level that he can defend at
like
a high
a pit
level.
bull.
Yeah, he definitely can. I mean,
Pit bull.
So that's the only reason.
That's a good point, though. Hey, that's a fair point, though.
Yeah,
that's a fair point because Brown's a better player.
Yeah, absolutely. Overall, yeah, Brown's a better player, but they got Browns on the roster.
Yeah,
they got Anthony Edwards. They got, you know what I mean? Like they got guys.
KD.
They got KD. They got Tatum. So they don't need what Brown brings, but they do need what Holiday brings. So just
he'll probably end up there somehow, some way.
Oh yeah,
maybe the extra spot.
Mm-hmm. I mean, once Embiid's hurt, they're going to get somebody there too. So
honorable mentions. What you got?
WNBA draft was tonight. Yeah, Caitlin Clark went first overall.
That's right, Caitlin Clark.
Angel Reese went 7th to Chicago.
Seventh.
Ooh, shocker.
Who went to? The girl from Stanford.
Yeah.
Oh, she good.
That was almost guaranteed though.
Yeah, she good.
Like I said, it was not. There was no surprises there really. A lot of people are surprised by Reese going 7, but I don't think so. I mean, she's not.
I had her going 5th. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. So number 1 was Caitlin Clark. 2 was Cameron Brink from Stanford. 3 to the. See, this is where it's interesting. So the Chicago Sky picked
Cardoso.
3rd also, and they took Cardoso from South Carolina.
Yeah.
And then again at 7, they took Angel Reese. So
they got them both.
They got them both. So they played that they played that right, really. I mean, their team.
Yeah, good on
them. they rebounded defense went up through the roof. If they got some guards, they're gonna be tough.
That's tough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna go with I'm gonna give it to Wembanyama. You know what I'm saying? My boy, people doubted him like they were crazy.
Mm-hmm.
One of the worst basketball takes I ever heard. People comparing him to Bol. I couldn't believe it. It's unbelievable. But this man
just say Shaq, man. Don't say them. Say Shaq.
Yeah,
Shaq's the only one that said that.
Nah, man. I had some arguments with people on Facebook and in my text message thread about this. You know, they done got quiet on me. But it's okay. I haven't forgot the worst take in basketball history. Jesus.
I think so. So here's what I think about it, and just I ain't gonna cover up your time, but I think he had to have an adjustment period.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was unfair the amount of media coverage that was on him. Like, there's only one person that's been able to live up to that right out the gate, and that was LeBron. He was the only one that's ever lived up to the hype that's coming in. Everybody else does pretty much the same. They just kind of have some bad starts and trying to find their way and all of a sudden. But he came out like a bandit.
Yeah.
Like that second half of the season, he couldn't be stopped. Like he still has some room to grow, which is the great part because he still has some tall hills to climb.
Oh yeah,
but for sure. It's definitely bright side for sure.
Man,
I think,
bro,
if they do him right next year, they'll be fine.
Man, if they don't put a team around this boy. Hey, and shout out to did y'all see what he said about American women?
No, what he said?
He said they're too manly for him.
He said they too masculine. They remind him of NBA YoungBoy.
Oh no!
He said French women are like,
right,
soft and smooth.
More soft. I get it. Oh, that's no good. That's no
Hey,
good.
but
Well-
but did he lie?
No, it didn't. Damn, that's tough.
That reminds me of NBA young boy.
That's tough.
That boy crazy.
So my honorable mention is for the Jackie Robinson Day. The Major League Baseball promotes Jackie Robinson Day. That's where all the players honor Jackie Robinson. He was number 42 for the Dodgers when he came in. He was one of the groundbreakers, one of the trailblazers for African Americans in baseball. He broke the color barrier. Of course, he wasn't the best, but he was the one that got selected. And when he's time to show up and show out, he showed up and showed out. So all the respect in the world to him, because if it wasn't for him, there wouldn't be any of the black players the greats today. So I want to give him a big shout out to his family. Happy Jackie Robinson Day for all the MLB fans. And I hope some of the stars show out. Like you're going to see highlights of everybody having 42 on their back. So that's a tribute to him because he won number 42. So that's my honorable mention. It's for Jackie Robinson Day.
The only thing I hate about this day is everybody wearing 42, and it's not because I disrespect it or don't like. But you take a team like the Yankees, who's my team, and I know pretty much all the players by looking at them, but they don't wear the names on the back of their uniforms. So if you don't really know who you're looking at, you're like, who the heck is that? Aaron, outside of like Aaron Judge being 6'9", it's.
Well, that's how you gotta listen to your commentators, man. They get you where you need to be.
So,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, I mean, I now like the 42. Who was the last player to wear 42?
That was Rivera.
Mariano Rivera.
Yeah,
because they retired it, but he was already 42, and they said
he was already 42 when they retired.
They would not make him change.
Yeah. So been a great baseball start just out of the gate, just for everybody. Everybody's, of course, the Yankees have started off hot, so that's good for baseball because you got a lot of douche fans.
Real quick, I got a baseball question for you.
Okay.
You're there in Baltimore. What's the city like surrounding Jackson Holiday coming up and pairing with Gunnar Henderson?
Let me tell you. So I went for the game where his first home game, right? Cal Ripken was there. I want to say it was a bunch of greats that were there to watch him. Every time he came out of the dugout, he was a standing ovation. And you don't understand. When he came out for warm-ups, anytime he came out of the dugout, it was a standing ovation for this kid. And, I feel bad for him because, it was Jackson Holiday T-shirt day. They made a T-shirt. I have the T-shirt. And, every time he came, the announcer was like, and now, number 7, like it's Michael Jordan. So I'm just sitting there the kind of pressure you got to have in a baseball setting. Because, you guys know in baseball, it's a limited amount of success. And it doesn't mean just because you're supposed to be good doesn't mean you're going to be good right there. So, and granted, every time they gave him a standing ovation, he struck out 3 times. You know what I mean? But then he made a play at second. Everybody's like, yes, let it go, Jackson. He couldn't do it wrong. So,
it's almost like just shut up and let him play.
Just let him cook, man. Just don't put no pressure on him. Just let him play. He'll be fine. But like you said, to answer your question, it's you could feel it, because they want him to be great so bad. As far as the combination of Gunnar and Holiday, once Holiday gets his footing, because Holiday's a natural shortstop.
Yeah.
He's a little uncomfortable at second right now, but once he starts getting his footing together, I think he's going to be dynamic. Him and Gunnar is going to be a good combination. So that answers your question.
Well, I got 2 shout-outs.
All right, hold on. Oh, yeah. Go ahead.
We're on the shout-outs. Sorry.
Yeah, shout-outs.
If you're watching, I didn't wait for the little pop-up. My bad.
I know, man. It's fine.
The first one I meant to shout out last week was actually the Orioles and the Ravens for donating $100 million towards the bridge catastrophe that happened.
That's
there.
right.
The unfortunate tragedy.
The Key Bridge.
So I meant to shout that last week and I didn't. So I'm gonna get it in this week. And then number 2, my shout out is to you and your boy Vic going to some entertainment, huh? Some micro.
Yes, absolutely. April 26th, baby. You're going to watch the micro wrestling.
Little people.
We call it micro wrestling. Yes, I'm excited. I'm not gonna lie.
So I started looking into it because I was like, wait, this says Pigeon Forge. I was like, I know their asses aren't coming all the way down here to watch some micro wrestling. I've got it like zoomed in. I'm looking. I was like, okay, it's in Maryland. I was like, is they coming all the way down here to Pigeon Forge to watch this? I'm meeting them up there.
They have some in Maryland, so that's cool. Yeah, we're definitely thinking about doing that for sure. Like he brought it up. I was like, oh, we should go. It's like, let's do it. So, yeah, that's my road dog. Usually we get into some shenanigans together, man.
Yeah, if you're new here, I've had the pleasure of meeting Vic at Hollow Point's house, and I tell you, it's a fun experience.
Yeah. Yep. So all right, what you got, Horace? Any shout outs?
Yeah, I'm gonna give a shout out to Kendrick Lamar. He won the rap battle.
Yeah.
He won the rap battle.
Over Drake. Drake came out.
I'm not. It's a good, nice little beat, little flow.
Okay.
But I'm gonna go with Kendrick because I think he was the most. I think his was the most. It was just how he did it. It's just the beat. He was a feature. I'm gonna go with Kendrick. But shout out to everybody though. Drake, Rick Ross got involved.
Rick Ross, yeah.
I think the Weeknd got drug in it. Whoever else, man. Shout out to all y'all. But be safe, no violence. Just keep it on wax, please.
Keep it on wax.
We ain't got to worry about that with Drake though. We ain't got to worry about that.
No, he just.
That's debatable. It depends on what jersey he's wearing for the team.
Right.
As for where the violence goes, because
he's not a violent person. He's just like
he's not. But the fans
he was saying
can be,
about it.
But the fans
can be because he's done cursed a lot of teams.
That's for sure. That's for sure. Well, I want to shout out all our listeners, all our day ones. I want to shout out ESEN, and I also want to shout out the Roku channel for letting us on here and representing for our crew, our Truth Be Told Sports Podcast. We are very grateful to be a part of the team, and I want to shout out King Hooley. I know he couldn't make it this week, but he'll be back with us next week, and hopefully we'll be back in full go. So if anybody got anything else they'd like to add, any alibis?
I appreciate y'all listening. Remember, subscribe, like, share.
That's right. All of that. Do all of that. All right.
What?
So for my boys, for Horace, for White Mike, for King Hooley, it's for Hollow Point, Truth Be Told Sports Podcast. Peace.